Every morning is more than just another sunrise. It's not only the start of a new day, it's a sacred invitation, an invitation to awaken, not just the body, but the heart, the mind, and the soul. Think about it. How often do we wake up and immediately reach for our phones, rush into our to-do lists, or carry yesterday's worries into today? We forget that each dawn is a gift, an unrepeatable chance to begin again. Buddhist wisdom reminds us that a single morning ritual, performed with awareness, can change the energy of our entire day. Imagine stepping into the morning not with stress and hurry, but with gratitude, peace, clarity, and intention. Imagine that instead of being pulled by the noise of the world, you start your day rooted in silence, love, and balance. In this video, I will share with you 10 timeless Buddhist practices to start your morning with peace, clarity, and purpose. These are not complicated. They are simple, human, deeply transformative. They don't require special temples, incense, or hours of meditation. They only require your presence, your willingness to pause, and your heart. If you allow them to, these practices will slowly shift how you see yourself, how you respond to the world, and how you walk through life. So let us begin together. Practice 1. Wake up with gratitude. Before your feet even touch the ground, before you open your phone or think about tasks, pause. Place a hand gently over your heart. Feel its steady rhythm, the pulse of life flowing through you. Breathe in deeply and whisper inside yourself, "Thank you. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for another chance to live today." Gratitude is not a decoration. It's not just polite words. It's an anchor. When you wake up in gratitude, you immediately shift the focus from what is missing to what is already here, from lack to abundance, from anxiety to presence. The Buddha taught that a grateful mind is a peaceful mind. On the other hand, a dissatisfied mind, the mind that constantly wants more, compares, complains, lives trapped in suffering. Gratitude breaks that cycle. Maybe you woke up with worries. Maybe your body aches. Maybe yesterday left scars. But still, there are gifts right now. A roof above you, a bed that carried you through the night, fresh air entering your lungs, a body that still walks with you. These are not small things. They are miracles we often overlook. Each thank you you whisper is like watering an inner flower. With care, that flower will grow and color your entire day with light. So tomorrow morning, pause. Place your hand on your chest. Breathe. Say thank you. And notice how even a simple word, when spoken with sincerity, transforms your heart. Practice 2. Breathe with awareness. The moment we wake, our mind begins to run. Thoughts of work, unfinished tasks, emotions carried from yesterday, they all flood in. In the middle of this storm, Buddhism offers a simple yet profound doorway back to the present: conscious breathing. Breath is not just a biological process. It is the bridge between body and mind, a silent companion that never leaves us. When you breathe with awareness, even for a few seconds, you return home to yourself. Before reaching for your phone, before rushing out of bed, close your eyes for a few moments. Take 3 deep, mindful breaths. Inhale slowly through your nose. Feel the air filling your chest, your belly, awakening your body. Exhale gently, as if releasing the weight of yesterday, worries, tension, anxiety, melting away. This is not just breathing, it's pressing pause in a noisy world. It's reclaiming yourself before the world claims you. The Buddha taught that conscious breathing is already a form of meditation. You don't need hours on a cushion or silence in a temple. Just here, just now, in this breath, you find clarity. Each inhale is a reminder, I am alive. Each exhale whispers, I let go. Let these 3 breaths become your morning ritual. They cost nothing, yet they can change everything. And even if the rest of your day becomes hectic, you've already begun anchored in peace. You can always return to your breath, your lifelong refuge. Practice 3. Set an intention. Every morning is like a blank canvas, and you, with your thoughts, emotions, and choices, will paint upon it. But before you draw the first line, Buddhism invites you to do something profound. Set an intention. Ask yourself softly, how do I want to live this day? This is not a to-do list. It is not about productivity or achievements. It's about the orientation of your heart. Maybe today your intention is to listen more and judge less. Maybe it's to walk with compassion. Maybe it's simply to move with calmness and patience, no matter what comes. An intention is like a compass. It does not control what happens around you, but it keeps you from getting lost inside yourself. When the day gets messy, as it often does, your intention is your true north, guiding you back to what matters. The Buddha taught that everything begins in the mind. Every word, every action, every habit is first a seed planted in thought. So when you set an intention at the start of the day, you are planting seeds of clarity in the fertile ground of your consciousness. Later, when stress or conflict arises, pause. Recall your intention. Ask, am I living from what I chose this morning? This small act changes everything. You stop reacting automatically. You start responding wisely, with alignment between your heart and your actions. Setting an intention each morning doesn't make you perfect, but it makes you present, and presence is where wisdom lives. Practice 4. Release expectations. From the very moment we wake, our minds start writing invisible scripts. We expect the day to flow smoothly, people to behave the way we hope, our bodies to respond with energy, and life to unfold according to our plans. But reality often writes differently. Plans shift, people disappoint, the body feels heavy. And when things don't match our inner script, we suffer. Not because of the event itself, but because of the expectations we were holding. The Buddha taught that much of human suffering comes not from what happens, but from our resistance to what happens. It is the attachment to a fixed idea that causes pain. That's why one of the most liberating morning practices is simple yet profound. Let go of expectations. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean abandoning your dreams or refusing to take action. It means walking into the day with openness, with flexibility, like bamboo swaying with the wind, strong inside, yet soft enough to bend. Tell yourself quietly in the morning, today, I release the need for everything to go my way. I open space for life to surprise me. I choose peace over control. When you release expectations, you create room for wonder, for learning, for unexpected beauty. A delay becomes an opportunity to breathe. A challenge becomes a lesson. A disappointment becomes a doorway to patience. The day does not have to be perfect to be valuable, and you don't need control to feel peace. True peace comes from acceptance, from embracing life as it is, not as you demanded it to be. So tomorrow morning, smile softly to yourself and whisper, I make space for whatever comes. And that is enough. Practice 5. Meditate, even for a few minutes. In a world where noise often starts before sunrise, sitting in silence may feel like a luxury. But in Buddhism, silence is not a luxury. It is food for the soul. You don't need an hour-long retreat or incense burning in a temple. Sometimes 5 minutes is enough. 5 minutes of presence can nourish you more than hours of restless activity. Find a comfortable position. Sit upright, as if meeting something sacred. Close your eyes. Breathe naturally. Feel the contact of your body with the chair, the bed, or the floor. Notice the gentle rising and falling of your chest. Let thoughts come and go, like leaves floating down a river. Meditation is not about forcing your mind to be blank. It is about noticing without clinging, observing without judgment, allowing without running away. The Buddha described it beautifully. Meditating is like sitting on the riverbank, watching the current flow, but not jumping in. Some thoughts will be heavy, some light, some joyful, some painful. Let them pass. Breathe. Observe. Stay kind to yourself. Even if it's only 3 minutes, those minutes are medicine. They soften the edges of your worries. They quiet the noise inside. They reconnect you to your center, your true home. Think of it as watering your inner garden each morning. A small act, repeated daily, will grow a strong, steady, peaceful mind. So tomorrow, before you rush out the door, gift yourself a few minutes of silence. Sit, breathe, and remember. Meditation is not about escaping life. It is about meeting life with clarity and compassion. Practice 6. Cultivate loving kindness. Every morning, before stepping into the noise of the world, you have a sacred opportunity to choose the energy you will carry. Will it be stress? Will it be fear? Or will it be love? Buddhism teaches a practice called Metta, or loving kindness. It is a simple ritual, but one that can transform your heart and your day. Close your eyes. Place a hand on your chest. In silence, whisper to yourself, "May I be at peace. May I be healthy. May I be free from suffering." Say it as if speaking directly to your soul, because often the first person we forget to treat with love is ourselves. Then, extend the same wish to someone you love deeply. May you be at peace. May you be healthy. May you live with joy. Imagine this blessing wrapping around them like warm sunlight. Now, think of someone neutral, a neighbor, a stranger you passed yesterday, someone whose story you don't know. Whisper the same blessing to them, because they too carry burdens unseen. Finally, if you are ready, bring to mind someone with whom you've had conflict or pain, not to excuse what happened, but to free yourself from the chains of resentment. Whisper softly, "May you also find peace. May your heart find rest." This practice does not make you weak. On the contrary, it takes immense strength to send love where there has been hurt. And yet, when you do, something shifts. Your energy softens. Your presence becomes lighter. You walk into the day carrying compassion instead of bitterness. The Buddha said, "Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love." Loving kindness is not about changing others. It's about changing your vibration, your own way of being. Even if you feel nothing at first, repeat the phrases gently, patiently, like watering a seed. Over time, love will bloom. So tomorrow morning, gift the world your compassion, not because the world is perfect, but because your heart is vast enough to hold it. Practice 7. Observe your thoughts. The moment we wake up, even before moving our bodies, the mind is already wide awake. Thoughts rush in like uninvited guests. What needs to be done, what we failed to do yesterday, an awkward conversation, a hidden worry. They come without permission, like waves crashing on the shore. Here's the liberating truth. You are not your thoughts. You can have them, notice them, learn from them, but you don't have to believe every single one, and you certainly don't have to let them drag you away. In Buddhism, this practice is called mindful observation. It's the art of watching thoughts without clinging to them. Like clouds drifting across the sky, they come, they shift, and they leave. Some clouds are heavy and dark, some are light and bright. But none of them define the sky itself. The sky remains vast and open, just as you remain vast and open beyond your thoughts. So in the morning, take a few minutes to simply observe. Close your eyes. Notice what thoughts are present. Don't try to fight them. Don't try to replace them with forced positivity. Just see them for what they are. Passing phenomena. If a thought feels heavy, breathe into it. Let it be there, and then gently return to your breath, your anchor. The more you practice, the more space you create between your thoughts and your reactions. And in that space lies your freedom. You no longer have to react automatically. You no longer confuse every thought with truth. You begin to see patterns, your recurring fears, your repeated stories, your habitual worries. Instead of judging yourself, this awareness becomes a door to deeper understanding and transformation. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate negative thoughts. The goal is to relate to them differently, to stop treating them as enemies, and instead see them as visitors, temporary, passing, and not who you truly are. Tomorrow morning, when the first wave of thoughts arrives, smile inwardly and remind yourself, I am the sky. These are only clouds. Practice 8. Smile softly. Some gestures are so small they seem insignificant, and yet they hold a profound power. One of those gestures is a gentle smile. When you wake up, before rushing to stand, before diving into the day, invite a soft smile to your lips, not a forced grin, not a fake performance. Just a light, almost invisible curve, an intimate smile meant only for you. Why does this matter? Because body and mind are deeply connected. A tense body intensifies anxiety. A calm body soothes the mind. And something as subtle as a smile can shift your inner landscape. Thich Nhat Hanh, a beloved Zen master, once said, "Sometimes your joy is the source of your smile, but sometimes your smile can be the source of your joy." Even if you don't feel happy at first, your smile signals safety and kindness to your nervous system. The mind responds. Muscles relax. Tension softens. The heart opens just a little more. This morning smile is like opening a window to let light in. The sky outside may be cloudy. Your thoughts may still be heavy. But that small act tells your soul, there is still light in me. I can begin with gentleness. Think of it as a gift to yourself. A whisper that says, I'm here. I'm alive. Let's begin with softness. No one else needs to see it. This smile is not for the world. It is for your heart. And when you carry it into your day, you'll notice something magical. Conversations soften, interactions feel lighter, and even your own inner voice becomes kinder. So tomorrow, before anything else, smile. Not because life is perfect, but because you're choosing to meet life with tenderness. And tenderness is a form of strength. Practice 9. Enjoy the simple things. In modern life, happiness is often tied to the extraordinary. Big achievements, rare experiences, dramatic moments. But Buddhism reminds us that true joy is not hidden in the rare or the far away. It's already here, in the simple, ordinary details we usually overlook. When you wake, don't rush past the simple gifts. Drink your first sip of water slowly, as if it were the sweetest elixir. Feel its coolness sliding down your throat, awakening your body after the night's rest. Look at the morning light entering through the window. Watch how it changes the colors in your room, how it dances with the shadows. Notice how it quietly announces, a new day has begun. Listen for the birds outside. They don't sing for money, approval, or achievement. They sing because it is their nature, their joy. And when you listen with presence, something in you sings too. This is meditation, without sitting on a cushion, without closing your eyes, simply being alive to the moment, feeling the water on your face as you wash, enjoying the warmth of a cup in your hands, hearing the silence between sounds. Buddhist wisdom teaches, the sacred is not hidden in distant temples, it's in the everyday, if we're truly present. When you train your heart to savor the simple, you no longer chase perfection. You realize that beauty is already here. Life is already enough. Even when the day is not ideal, even when clouds are heavy, you can return to the simple things: the ground beneath your feet, the breath in your lungs, the light on your skin. These are not small. They are the very foundation of joy. So tomorrow, let yourself notice. Let yourself taste, feel, and hear what has always been there. Discover the miracle of the ordinary, because when you do, you realize happiness was never far. It was waiting quietly in the simplest of moments. Practice 10. Walk with mindfulness. Walking is one of the simplest actions we do every single day. We do it automatically, rushing to the bathroom, hurrying to the kitchen, racing into our schedule, without noticing the miracle of movement. But Buddhism teaches that even our very first steps in the morning can become meditation. When you rise, don't rush. Don't grab your phone. Don't let your body run ahead of your mind. Instead, walk slowly, with full awareness, as if each step were a sacred act. Feel the soles of your feet touching the floor. Notice the muscles, bones, and balance working together in perfect harmony. Breathe as you walk, letting your breath synchronize with your steps, like a silent dance between body and spirit. You can add a simple mantra as you walk. With each step, I am here. With each step, I am alive. These are not empty words. They are reminders that you are present, rooted, and grateful for the chance to begin another day. Mindful walking transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. It's no longer about getting somewhere. It's about being where you are. Each step becomes an expression of connection with yourself, with the space you inhabit, with the earth that supports you. When you walk with presence, worries lose their grip. The endless chatter of the mind softens. A quiet clarity arises. It's as if every step releases invisible weight, tension you didn't know you were carrying. You don't need a special path or a forest trail. You can practice in your hallway, your kitchen, your garden, or even on your way to work. The magic is not in the place, but in the quality of your attention. Even a few mindful steps can change the energy of your day, and with time, those steps will reshape the way you live. Because those who walk in mindfulness live in mindfulness, and those who live that way transform every step, no matter how ordinary, into a movement of peace, gratitude, and awakening. Closing reflections. Every morning is more than a routine. It is an opportunity not only to wake the body, but to awaken the soul. The 10 practices we shared today are not rules, not obligations. They are seeds of awareness. If you water them each day, patiently, lovingly, they will grow into a life filled with clarity, compassion, and serenity. You don't need to do all 10 at once. Choose one. Start small. Do it with sincerity. Repeat it tomorrow, and little by little, your mornings and your life will begin to transform. Remember, each dawn is a chance to begin again. Yesterday's mistakes, yesterday's burdens, yesterday's disappointments, they do not own today. Today is new. Today is sacred. Today is yours. So breathe, smile, walk gently, and carry gratitude, compassion, and presence into your day. Thank you. Call to action. If this video touched your heart, I want to sincerely thank you for being here. Your time, your presence, and your openness mean more than you know. And if these practices brought you peace, imagine what would happen if you carried them into every morning. Imagine the calm, the clarity, the love you could share with yourself and with the world. I invite you to join our growing community by subscribing to Compassionate Breath. Here, you will find wisdom, stories, meditations, and practices designed to help you walk this path of mindfulness and awakening. When you subscribe, you're not just clicking a button, you're saying yes to a journey of peace, reflection, and transformation. So if you haven't already, please click subscribe, leave a comment about which practice you'll try tomorrow, and share this video with someone who could use a little more calm and clarity in their mornings. Together, step by step, breath by breath, we can create a life of compassion, wisdom, and light. May your morning and every day after be filled with peace, gratitude, and awakening. Until the next video, I send you a gentle embrace of light.